Hey guys, Ty here, and welcome back to Ty's Take. That's if you've been here before, but if you haven't, welcome to my channel. I'm Ty. Pleasure to meet you. And with that, we're just going to go ahead and get started, guys, because it's Friday and I got a lot going on today. So, what I wanted to try to do, guys, is do another Is It Worth It video. Last time I did it with Common Projects and then Vince. This brand I want to talk about is a brand that many consider to be one of the goats of the minimalist sneaker game, and it really came about in about 2015. It was a company by the name of Koio, founded by Chris and Jonas, UPenn alum who happen to go to the same grad school as I. So all three of us are UPenn alum, University of Pennsylvania alum. And I was just really intrigued by not only their demo video that you would see on ads for YouTube, but just the rave reviews I heard from people who would try the shoes on and test them out and even compare them to common projects. And so what I decided to do was give them a try because they always A, have sales, which I'm going to get to later on. And then B, what I also wanted to do was try to take it slow. So I actually got my first pair of shoes, admittedly so. I got them on consignment. And these shoes were just so impressive that, well, see for yourself. That's right. My collection of Koio shoes are so big, and I've developed them for years, that I want to share with you guys what I think of the Koio brand and is it worth it. All right, guys. So what I want to try to do is go ahead and share my collection with you guys, the different types of Koio shoes I have, and just kind of talk through not only my experience with having them, but also go ahead and give you guys my take at the end, meaning I'm going to rate them from construction, from design, from cost, and from reputation. Okay, and with that, let's go ahead and get started. So this is the first shoe. Now, when people talk about the Common Projects equivalent, they're talking about this shoe. This is the Koio Capri. And as you can see already, the design on it is very, very, not only spectacular, but it's unique. This is a style that you don't see in the minimalist shoe brand. This style is not copied in my opinion, and from my research. Usually the dupes, if you will, that you see that are equivalent of Common Projects are the offset or spin-offs of Common Projects. They usually have it where it's just minimal and it just has the back part here like Common Projects. But this, it has its own design. It goes its own way. And as you can also see, the leather on it is very supple and very soft, yet durable. I've had these shoes. This is my first pair that I've had. And again, I got these on consignment. And when I got them, they were brand new. And I've used these for years. These are my beaters. And like, this is pretty much all of the wear that you're going to see after 2 years of wear, guys. And you can see these have been worn, right? After 2 years of wear, they still look this good. They're still this durable, right? So one of the things that you'll also notice, and in fact, let me show you in another color. By the way, this is in Nero. Let's take the original white sneaker. One of the things that you notice, and this is, by the way, I have four of the white sneakers in the Capri style. One of the things you notice, again, that sort of Koio swoop, or swoosh, as I'm going to call it, the Koio swoosh. You also notice at the bottom, this is a Margam sole. It does have the words Koio on it. It has the words Koio on the back. Let's see if you can see that. There it is. You can kind of see it a little bit. There we go. And it also has the Koio logo here. But other than that, it's pretty minimal. It's very low, similar to the Achilles. It's very comfortable in the back because there's more suede to keep your foot from chafing. On the inside, This is where you start to get the name brand and the style right. You can see where it says Koyo. It gives the size. It gives the real leather logo, and also the Koyo logo. So, and then of course at the bottom of the sole, or in the insole, I should say, Koyo made in Italy. Now, for the older ones, and again, this one's been around for years. So this is the first gen. You can see it's just the logo, and on the inside's kind of messy, but it's roughly the same. So it's a very sleek design. I love it. And so what I did was I bought, like I said, I bought four of these. I got one at work, one here, and I got two more in the reserves that you guys saw in boxes. They also make this the Capri in a vast assortment of colors. So they also have this one in more of a light gray. I forgot the name of this color, but I will either you will see it down at the bottom or I'll put it in the description. Now, one of the other neat things is, in fact, the first Koyo style, they used this particular part, as I call it, the Koyo swoosh, was done in suede, as you can see here. So this is reminiscent of the OG style where it was white and then it had like a tan sort of suede, and then the back said Koyo. I've used this for about a year now. I usually go out on dates with my girlfriend with these on, or go to work. So also very nice shoe. Inside has this sort of kind of, again, just sort of this leather brown. Okay, let's see. The next color that I have is perforated. Yes, here we go. The perforated white. And this one is so cool. And it's actually really durable. In fact, if you guys want to see a good example, voila. This is the one that I've had for years and years and years. This puppy has had the brakes beat off of it. As you can see, I've used it to do household chores and paint the studio. As you can see, the color that matches the wall. So it's held up. It's really held up. Sorry for the griminess on the inside, but it's a very nice shoe. And again, it holds up. Now, because I've used this, I've even had to run to the bus a few times or run to the train. So this one's gonna have a little bit more creasage. But the other thing to mention is that all the Koyos tend to run about, they say size up. But me personally, I think if I would say only size up if you're a half a size, or size down. I'm sorry, they say size down. Only size down if you are a half a size. If it's true to size, I would say you're fine with this shoe. The older ones, this is the first gen. In fact, let me put this down. I'm sorry, guys, this is pretty ghastly. The first gen, which is what this is a bit narrow. So if you got wider feet like myself, size up. That's why this is a 14. But will your feet fit if it's smaller? Yes, because this is a size 12. So you can kind of see right here. There it is. Right? So it's relatively close in size, but it's a big shoe. As with Italian shoes, they tend to run long. So, all right, the next style I have is in what's known as Canyon. This is pretty cool. Now, this is what you're going to get if you get a all suede Koyo Capri. And again, the suede is very soft yet durable. I haven't even worn these yet. As you guys can see, this is straight out of the box. There's the Koyo on the bottom. Now, the new versions, they have, Koyo has decided to do a self-proprietor sole. So instead of Koyo being written here, I believe it's down here. And the Margam sole is no more. They decided to go with a different sole. And so it just says Koyo down here at the bottom, and the entire sole is, has this sort of anti-slip grip. But This one's nice. I've never worn it before because I just have so many. But let me just put this over here. Try not to knock over my crystal decanter. Okay. Let's see. So this is another version of the suede. This one is known as Time. I think it's Thyme. But I like this one because, again, this is very distinctive. This is very stylish. And somebody like me who wears a lot of monochrome colors, as you probably didn't notice, there's a little joke there. I like for my shoes to be more the statement piece. I've worn these a couple of times, and again, these are very, very soft to the touch, very nice shoes. Very nice. But my favorite color, if I had to tell you guys honestly, my favorite color, and this color will show you just how nice and supple and stylish these handmade sneakers are, is the mocha. And as you guys can see, this is that sort of beautiful patina. I mean, how beautiful is this? This is in mocha. There's the Koio at the bottom, the Margam Soul link, or Margam Soul symbol. And they come out of the box like this. So these are so nice, I'm not even gonna wear these. In fact, I might put these in like what I call my grail shoes. And I'll have to do another video on grails, but yeah, these are very nice. In fact, I like the color so much, getting to the other Koio styles, I bought the same style in the retro. This is the retro style. And again, this is really nice because, again, you get that same sort of style that you see in a lot of the old school runners like Reeboks, Asics, New Balance for sure, right? This sort of kind of style that's going on that is in style. I'm not sure what happened back here, but yeah, you can see same sort of distinction, like the Koio at the top, on the back. The bottom is really cool. Look at this. Look at all these Koio symbols. You can see the word Koio at the bottom. That is really cool. That is really cool. So even their retros are really, really, really nice. And I forgot to state, so this is, like I said, these styles are known as the mocha style, right? Okay. This next style in the retro style is known as Breeze. And this one's nice because, again, similar to the Breeze style for the Achilles, or not the Achilles, for the capris, you have suede, leather, suede. So the uppers here are suede, as you can see, and the lower parts and the back are suede, and the mid part is leather. And I've worn these a couple times, and again, that same sort of distinctive logo. There we go. On the bottom, all throughout the shoes. It's really nice. It's pretty cool. And then last but not least, one of my other favorite colors is in, I believe this is known as Midnight. I'll put it in the link. I'll put a link in the description, or I'll put some words at the bottom that indicate it. But this one's nice. I wore this a lot to my brother's old football team. They had this particular color. Actually, these were their two colors. So when he had football games, I wore these. These are nice. And also, something else I forgot to mention, all of these shoes are as comfortable as they look. They're very nice. They're very nice. So, as you guys can see, there's a lot of shoes that Koio has when it comes to different colors and different styles. You can also go to their website. They are now starting to make boots, which are really neat. And I guess this is their way of trying to compete with other, D2C, meaning direct to customer brands, which is what Koyo is. But I'll get into that part later. But now it's time to get into my take, Ty's take. Is Koyo worth it? All right, guys. So it's about that time. It's time to give you guys my take on Koyo. Is Koyo worth it? And guys, without wasting any time jumping right into it, my answer is a resounding yes. I highly recommend Koyo. First of all, let's start with the design. This design is so distinctive. This is not a design that you're going to see in any other style of shoes. How cool is this? This looks really nice. From the swoosh to the Koyo part on the back. I mean, it's very low profile. It has all the hallmarks of a minimalist sneaker, but in my opinion, I think it's an even better design. So, I mean, I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10 when it comes to design. Give me 1 second. All right, wanted to make sure we're still running. I give this a 10 out of 10. This is a great design. Now, when it comes to durability, well, let me grab one of the older shoes. This shoe still looks like it's been around for a very, very long time. It's a very nice, stylish shoe. It looks great. And with the exception of the inner part, right? And in fact, let me set this one down. With the exception of this part where you can see where it's worn, because again, I'm flat-footed. Italian shoes tend to run narrow. With the exception of this part, the wrinkling here, you would think this is a new shoe. It looks, once you clean the bottom off of it, but on this side, it looks new. And this shoe is over 2 years old. Now, if you see some of the older Common projects, you can see there's wrinkles all over. It just looks like a balled up piece of paper. Koyo's leather holds true. It holds up. And what's surprising about this is that the leather itself is supposedly sourced from the same factory as Common projects, and yet it just holds up better. The distinctive sort of design and material, calfskin leather, I mean, it's again, 10 out of 10. Now, what are some areas that it's not great at? Well, it still gets high marks, but one of the areas I would say is customer service. Customer service, I'm going to give them a 9 out of 10. But let me explain why. So when I first, one of the times I bought some of the shoes is that I had an issue where supposedly these were brand new shoes, but they were marked down and they still had this sort of wear on them. They were sent to me that way. I sent them back. I told them these are worn out. I don't want them. So supposedly they were going to do an exchange. Well, they sent me back the exact same shoes. I kid you not. I was infuriated. I was like, I'm not buying from Koyo anymore. I was being a bit dramatic, admittedly so, as my girlfriend will tell you from time to time. They decided to not only give me the shoes for free, but gave me a credit, right? So their customer service is great. And unlike Common Projects, right? Because again, we're comparing it to the King of the Hill. They actually have boutique stores like in New York City. So you can actually go to their store and try them on, right? The other thing is they have, you can buy their shoes right online. They have an assortment of different types of shoes. They recently got into boots, which is really cool. Like they have a new brand now called the Milo, which is nice. So 9 out of 10, but it's the only reason why I wouldn't give them a 10 out of 10 is because I did have a bad experience with them, but they did a great job of cleaning it up. When it comes to reputation, same 9 out of 10, because although they aren't as well known as Common Projects, they are pretty well known if you are in the minimalist sneaker game. Again, many people consider Koyo better than Common Projects. It is important that I state that. And so when it comes to reputation, if you think Common Projects is more word of mouth, Koyo is definitely that case. They're trying to compete, as with all these other brands like Oliver Cabell, Ace Marks, which I think is a very cheaper version of Common Projects. They're all trying to compete with Common Projects, right? But very few beat it at its own game. And last but not least, when it comes to cost, I'm going to give them a 9.5 out of 10. Now, you're probably saying, why that high? That's really high for a shoe that's almost $300. Well, you got to remember, guys, the material on this is just as, if not better, than Common Projects, and yet it's at least $100 cheaper. When Koyo first started out, these shoes were $200. They're now $295 for the newest version. That's insane. That means they've grown that much and become that popular. And they also, well, since I've been on their website, I haven't seen it anymore, but for the longest they had sales where they had older versions, kind of like this one, where they were just giving them away for like half the cost. They usually do that in the summertime. And I mean, if you see these shoes for half of $295, jump on them. That is a capital S steal, because again, you're getting quality that's just as, if not better than Common Project. And sometimes these go on sale for like what, $200, which is the equivalent of the Oliver Cabell cost, which I don't think even measures up to these. Yo, like, why would you not jump on this? Even at $295, these are a great buy, right? The cost 9 out of 10. So overall, guys, I give Koio a 9.5 out of 10. They're just a great shoe. It'll last you a very long time. And as you can see, you can beat these up and they still look great. Only thing is, I just wouldn't recommend painting in them. That doesn't come out. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much again for coming to my channel. Remember, don't forget, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. There's more to come. But I got to get on up out of here. It's Friday, it's the weekend, and actually I got a meeting that's happening now. So until next time, guys, be blessed. Cheers.